Hey everyone, this is Robin again. Apologies if it sounds like half my face is falling off, I just had a tooth get filled. I'm giving you guys an update on the overall situation in regards to our loss of monetization, since I realized I hadn't been keeping YouTube as updated as I was Twitter. So this is for everyone on YouTube who wanted an update, and for everyone on Twitter who wants to know the conclusion. To recap, we lost our monetization due to our content being deemed reused or repetitive. I reached out to YouTube through their onboard partner support system baked into YouTube Studio, asking what videos were considered this before I was handed off to an email team. I dealt with two separate people, who I'll call Orange and Yellow, withholding names for the sake of privacy. Orange reasserted their position that we had lost our monetization due to violations against their reused/repetitious content policy, to which I reiterated my question, which amounted to, okay, which videos? Orange told me that they have no way to see what content resulted in the revocation of our monetization, though they attempted to explain why the reviewer might have come to that conclusion. I made my rebuttal, providing my stance against each statement and rebuking the idea that any one of the things they suggested could be of concern. At this point, I've realized that Orange could not help me. Though they were doing the best they could, and I appreciate that, I believed at that point I was talking to a customer service representative, and there's only so much they seemed to have access to. As such, I requested to speak to someone who could provide me with the information we wanted. My reason for asking this was simple: if we're uploading content that could be seen as reused or repetitious, then continuing to do so could damage our standing with YouTube and further jeopardize the appeal we had submitted. Despite this, Orange stated that they do not have a direct contact to provide to us. Whether this meant they cannot contact the internal reviews team at all, or that they simply cannot provide us the means to do so, I'll let you decide. However, we were told that we would simply have to wait for the appeals process to go through. It was at this point I recalled Hugaby's video where he detailed his own issues with YouTube's monetization systems, and how he was reached out to by a community outreach team who resolved his issue. While I am aware our channel is nowhere near the size of his, I asked as to why we could not speak to the same team, or at least somebody who could answer our issues. I further asked about what this would mean for the revenue we were expecting to receive, as prior to all of this we were expecting a check in 2 days. Throughout this conversation, I had become accustomed to receiving responses after 4 to 6 hours. Within 30 minutes of asking about the community outreach team, I was told by Yellow, who stepped in, that only the internal team has access to the information I want, and they have no way for me to contact them, nor any way to get the information for me. And while Yellow said if any of the solutions they provided don't work, let me know, they proceeded to immediately close the ticket with an automated bot sending a survey about how I liked the support service, while also completely ignoring my question about revenue. Thankfully, this story does have a happy ending. I asked again, and a new person picked up the conversation, who we'll call Green. Green kindly explained that so long as we had met the threshold for payout, which we had, we would receive our due, regardless of the status of the appeal. Further, the appeal did go through, and our monetization has since been reinstated. I want to be clear, Orange and Green were extremely helpful. Though Orange was unable to help for whatever reason, I could tell they wanted to, and they tried to explain things in a way that made sense to me. For this, I am appreciative. Meanwhile, Green was prompt and helpful, and answered our questions and assuaged concerns. That said, I found Yellow's response to be overly curt and unprofessional, and it seemed to me that my asking why larger channels are given preferential treatment resulted in him shutting down the conversation. This paints the picture of YouTube as a company that only cares about its larger channels, and while I would like to believe this is untrue, as support reps like Orange and Green give me hope in that regard, Yellow did not inspire any confidence. Regardless, we do, in fact, now have monetization reinstated. All is now as it should be, and while I have my complaints with the support service we received, YouTube did still review our appeal and see that they had erred, and for that, both Zephyr and I are grateful. That said, you may wonder what exactly we're going to do now that we are back in full force. We have something big in the works, and a trailer for that will be going up on Sunday. Further, we'll be running another big ol' SMT5 week, with videos of SMT5 Demon List going up once every weekday, because I'm sure you guys are all eager to watch us kick Zeus's butt. Furthermore, we'll be resuming streaming Persona 2 Eternal Punishment on Mondays at 8 PM Eastern Time, starting on the 10th. Following that, content will resume as normal. We hope you enjoyed the content we have coming forth, and we will see you again on Sunday.